Chrisley Knows best star Grayson Chrisley is all grown up. From the looks of the teaser trailer, Chrisley USA posts, he's not afraid to show off his sweet dance moves. Chrisley USA takes to their Instagram account to share an awesome clip of Grayson showing off his dance moves for his dad and brother. The clip begins with Todd walking into the kitchen and announcing, "Well, if it isn't the two loves of my life." After that, he greets Grayson as precious. Grayson asks his dad if he's in the way, to which Todd says that he's never in the way. However, that doesn't stop Grayson from making a canoe motion to move out of the way. In the comments section, one fan fawns over how Todd treats his kids. The fan writes, "No one will ever be able to say you don't love your children. You're an amazing dad." For some reason, Grayson's dance move prompts Todd to ask, "What was that?" with concern in his voice. Grayson coolly responds with, "The canoe," and puts on a longer demonstration. One fan even notes that it looks like Grayson is fishing or reeling in his line. Either way, this leaves Todd laughing. While Todd and Chase get a kick out of Grayson's dance moves, fans in the comments section don't seem fazed. Rather, they can't get over how grown-up Grayson is now. One fan writes, "Grayson is growing up to be such an awesome young man. Love this family. There's no denying that the youngest Chrisley son is growing up. He recently turned 15 years old." That being said, Grayson has started driving. TV shows Ace previously reports that Grayson takes his sister, Savannah, for a drive. In an episode of Todd and Julie Chrisley's podcast, Chrisley Confessions, they often speak about how mature Grayson is for his age. Julie shares that Grayson keeps his own schedule, which is an impressive feat considering he has to keep track of filming, baseball, and business meetings. What do you think about Grayson Chrisley's sweet dance moves? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Come back to TV shows Ace for more Chrisley Knows Best news. Tune in to USA Network for new episodes of Chrisley Knows Best and Growing Up Chrisley Thursday nights. There's never a dull moment in the Chrisley household, but one particular summer afternoon managed to outdo them all. The Georgia heat was heavy in the air, iced tea sweat dripping from tumblers as the family gathered in the backyard for what was supposed to be a quiet family barbecue. Of course, quiet and Chrisley have never belonged in the same sentence. Todd Chrisley, impeccably dressed despite the sweltering weather, was fussing over the grill like it was the crown jewel of the South. Chase was reclining under a giant umbrella, sipping a soda, sunglasses perched on his nose. Savannah, ever the multitasker, was organizing a playlist and checking emails at the same time. Nanny Faye was regaling Chloe with tales of her wild youth involving Elvis impersonators and a broken karaoke machine in Tampa. And then there was Grayson. At 19, Grayson was no longer the little boy who used to sneak into the kitchen for cookies before dinner. He had sprouted into a tall, lanky teen with a growing confidence and an even bigger sense of humor. What hadn't changed, however, was his knack for stealing the spotlight in the most unexpected ways. And today, he had plans. It started subtly. As the first few notes of a Justin Timberlake song came through the Bluetooth speaker, Grayson stood up, stretched dramatically, and cracked his neck like he was about to enter a UFC cage match. Todd raised an eyebrow. "What are you doing?" he asked, flipping a burger with suspicious eyes. Grayson didn't answer right away. Instead, he started swaying his hips slowly, his arms out like a bird preparing for takeoff. Chase lowered his sunglasses. "Bro, what's happening right now?" he asked, half concerned, half amused. Grayson struck a pose, one hand in the air, the other clutching his chest. "I feel it," he whispered. "The rhythm. It's calling me." And with that, he erupted into what could only be described as a fusion of interpretive dance, TikTok choreography, and something that vaguely resembled martial arts. He twirled dramatically around the patio, ducked into a squat, popped back up, and waved his arms like inflatable tube men outside car dealerships. Savannah dropped her phone. "Is he okay?" she asked, blinking rapidly. "He's having a moment," Nanny Faye said, chuckling. Let him be. Todd, however, was not prepared. Oh no. No, no, no. What is that? Is that supposed to be dancing? Todd's voice went up a full octave. It looks like his limbs are in a custody battle, and they're all trying to go home to different parents. Chase was laughing so hard he nearly fell off his lounge chair. Grayson didn't flinch. He popped, locked, moonwalked, badly, and at one point attempted the worm, which ended with him lying flat on his stomach, gasping for air.
Something, he groaned.
I think I pulled. Your dignity? Todd shot back. Because that's been missing for the past 5 minutes. But Grayson was undeterred. He stood up, brushing grass from his shirt, and pointed at his father with the dramatic flair of a Broadway star. You wouldn't understand true artistry, he declared. This is modern expressionism. My generation is bringing dance into the future. Your generation needs to bring it back and leave it there, Todd replied, flipping a hot dog like it personally offended him. Chase, meanwhile, was filming the entire thing. Oh, this is going straight to Instagram, he said gleefully. Possibly TikTok. I might even start a new hashtag. Hashtag Grayson Gerates. Savannah joined in the filming, snorting with laughter. He looks like he's trying to fight off invisible bees, she said. I was stung by the spirit of movement, Grayson yelled, launching into a pirouette so wide he knocked over a lawn chair. Even Chloe was in stitches. Grayson, you dance like the Roblox characters. That one stung. But Grayson held his head high. I'm an innovator, he said, mid-body roll. Someday, when you're all old and boring, they'll be teaching the Grayson glide in dance schools. Todd couldn't take it anymore. He handed the grill tongs to Chase and stepped forward. You want to see real dancing? He asked. Grayson stopped mid-squat. Dad, no. Oh yes, Todd said, cracking his neck in mock seriousness. Let me take you back to 1988. Homecoming. Nashville. I had moves that could melt denim. Before anyone could stop him, Todd began snapping his fingers and bobbing his shoulders like a disco ghost. He spun, shuffled, and hit the sprinkler, yes, the sprinkler, with a level of confidence that would have made MC Hammer proud. His expression was focused, lips pursed, eyes squinting as though the music had transported him to another realm. Grayson gawked. Dad, you look like you're trying to DJ and punch someone at the same time. Chase was crying laughing. He's breakdancing without actually breaking anything. Savannah collapsed into a lawn chair, wheezing. Please, I can't breathe. Make it stop. But Todd was in the zone. He did the robot. He moonwalked. He even attempted a spin and tripped on the garden hose. Y'all saw that? He said from the ground, arms out dramatically. That was intentional. It's called floor flare. More like floor fail, Grayson muttered. And then Chase joined in. Not to be outdone, he launched into his own routine. A bizarre mix of dad at a wedding and someone trying to remember Zumba choreography from a YouTube video. The backyard had turned into an impromptu dance-off. Everyone was howling, the air thick with laughter, sweat, and the smell of slightly burned burgers. Even Nanny Faye stood up and gave them a few shimmy shakes of her own, prompting Chloe to scream, "Nananani no," before collapsing into giggles. The entire spectacle lasted 20 minutes, long enough for several neighbors to peek over the fence and one to ask if the Chrisleys were filming a reality show again. Nope, Todd said proudly. Just a regular day at Casa de Chaos. By the time the final song played, appropriately, Uptown Funk, the whole family was in on it. Savannah was doing coordinated claps. Chloe and Grayson tried and failed to do a lift like in Dirty Dancing. Even the family dog, Lilo, barked in time with the beat. When it was all over, everyone collapsed onto chairs and grass, panting, sweaty, and smiling. Grayson looked around, his chest still rising and falling from exertion. See? He said between breaths. Told you my moves were contagious. Todd rolled his eyes but was grinning. You're contagious, all right. Like a dancing flu, he said. But I'll give you this, you made the afternoon entertaining. Chase lifted his phone. And viral. This is going online immediately. If we don't get 1 million views, the internet is broken. Grayson gave a satisfied nod. Just wait. I'm gonna trademark the invisible bee and the floor flop. Next year, y'all will see me on Dancing with the Stars. More like Dancing with the Scars, Todd muttered. But the laughter didn't stop. That's the thing about the Chrisleys. They may bicker, tease, and roast each other like it's a national sport. But underneath it all, they know how to find joy in the ridiculous, humor in the ordinary, and connection in chaos. And thanks to Grayson's delightfully ridiculous dance moves, a simple barbecue had become a memory none of them would ever forget. As the sun set over the Georgia sky, casting golden hues over the backyard battlefield of beat drops and bad choreography, Todd looked over at his son, the self-declared dance revolutionary, and smiled. "You're lucky you're cute," he said. Grayson grinned back. "Lucky? Nah, Dad. I'm just gifted." And with one final flourish, he attempted a backflip and landed squarely on his butt. Everyone roared with laughter again, just another day in the Chrisley household.